What the f is up, everybody? It's about that time. New year, new Pokemon playthrough. Gen 4 remake. I'm more of a Gen 3er myself, although I never played the Gen 3 remake. I'm a huge fan of Emerald, and I did play Diamond when I was a kid, and Platinum later in my life. Never actually finished either, though. The only Pokemon game I've ever finished in my entire life was Emerald. So, perhaps I'll add another one to the list. I was gonna do something stupid, but I might as well just go with what I know. My rival, however, that's gonna be a different story. Yeah. I don't know, it's just something dumb. Trying to work around the filter. Alright, yeah, we'll do that. Search for the Red Gyarados, brought to you by Jubilife TV on Nationwide Net. Or, excuse me, well, this is 2021, but I was gonna do some like 1980s voice. Right here in Jubilife City, we couldn't find a sighting of the Red Gyarados, but stay tuned for Jubilife TV as we continue the search for the mysterious and elusive Red Gyarados. Jaggy, Bunghole came calling for you a little while ago. Don't know what it was about, but he said it was an emergency. I can't do a mother voice because, although I do have a somewhat high-pitched voice, I ain't no beta male, so I cannot do impressions of women very well. Don't go into the tall, wild grass. I ain't about following no damn rules. Who's you? Why you stay? You're looking at me funny. What do you want? Okay. Yes, technology is advancing. For the most part, for our benefit, but to a certain extent, also to our detriment. For example, artificial intelligence. They may take over the world. I am actually a believer that artificial intelligence, maybe not will take over the world. I shouldn't say that, but I think it's going to take up a good amount of our workforce. It's something to think about. In the next 300 years, you know, we may not need to depend on humans for most of our production and our, you know, our production of cars, production of anything industrialized. Oh, there he is. As if you even were to have 1 million Pokémon. Search for the Red Gyarados, the mysterious appearance of furious Pokemon in a lake. Yeah, I'm familiar with the storyline in Gen 4 where there's a certain somebody that's evil that's trying to look for the Red Gyarados, and obviously. So then we go to the lake and we see, oh, it's actually Professor Rowan and Dawn. I think in the original Gen 4 games there was just this mad scientist or whatever that was trying to search for it. Yeah, Sinnoh is replete with plenty of legendary Pokemon. I think Sinnoh has, I'd say, the highest volume of legendaries, whether it's pseudo-legendaries like Lucario, or actual legendaries like the Mesprit, Uxie, Mesprit, and Azelf, the trio. And then you got like Heatran, you got Dialga Palkia, obviously Giratina. Ruh-roh. It varies for me whether I pick a water or fire starter. It depends on the it depends on the region. It depends on the availability or scarcity, if you're talking about a fire type, of each type in the region. Fire types are few and far between, so usually when I play Gen 4, I go with Chimchar. Gen 3, I go with Mudkip, because Swampert is an absolute... Swampert's my favorite fucking starter Pokemon evolution of any Pokemon game ever. The only grass type starter I would ever actually, I shouldn't say whatever, because I was about to say Trico in Gen 3. You know, Sceptile being a badass that he is. But I think Snivy is the better choice, relatively speaking, compared to the other two starters than Trico in Gen 3. Emboar is garbage. What's the final evolution of Oshawott? I forget. That Pokemon is decent, actually. Yeah, so this, I don't think this was in the original Gen 4. All of these exchanges. I like the 3D aspect of this game, and you know, the free range movement versus the old games where you can only move 8 directions. Actually, no, sorry, 4. North, south, east, west. It's that, oh god, it's staring at us. The running shoes? Yes. At least you get the running shoes right away instead of Fire and Leaf Green, I think, where you get it after the second, or the first gym actually, where you beat Brock. Bidoof's evolution is one of the weirder ones, from my knowledge, because it goes from normal to normal water. Like, it doesn't start as a normal. I mean, yeah, the first stage evolution sometimes. No, normally in a first stage evolution of a Pokemon, you don't have two types right off the bat, but still, to go from normal to normal water, that's a bit odd. How much do you want to bet he's a coke addict? I'm not much of a nicknamer, but since Chimchar's a fire type, I think we gotta give it an appropriate nickname. Yeah, let's go. Nicknamed after my favorite NASCAR driver, Calboosh.
Damn it!
I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit. I'll name him whatever or name her, whatever I want to name her. This is my playthrough. I do what I want. I'll just pretend like the Pokemons don't have any genders. They're just its. Because after all we do is train them to fight other Pokemon. Friendships don't matter. No, I'm just kidding. I was taking the Paul approach with that one.
You're both pathetic. You're so pathetic.
Training your Pokemon for the sake of profession, or not professionalism, but for the sake of competition only. You know, I kind of feel like the main character looks a little bit like Satoru Fujinuma from Erased with shorter hair, I guess. The face kind of looks like Kid Satoru. Is my little is my little bug hole here. I love it. Buy 10 Pokeballs. Oh yeah, for every 10 Pokeballs you get one Premier Ball. Okay. I forgot about that. So just buy, honestly, just buy them in 10 Pokeball increments. Easy. God. I've been through this so many times before. I like the dramatic close-ups. All over catching a Bidoof. Woo! First time battle! And I get to beat up a little kid. Fun stuff. Hey, that's fitting, because my name is Rowdy Bush, based off of Kyle Busch. And a lot of people complain that he beats up on younger kids in the Xfinity series, or he used to, because he already retired from the Xfinity series. People tend to forget that the Xfinity series back in, like, 2008, 2009, 2010, you know, early 2010s, there were plenty of Cup Series drivers that went down. You know, Kevin Harvick, Joey Logano, Denny Hamlin. They would all drive in the Xfinity series. So people tend to forget that. Am I actually gonna lose this shit? Well, I have a potion. I could just use that. All right, basic mathematics. Unless he hits me with a crit, I'm still gonna win. I have to use 2 potions because Starly's still gonna hit me twice. Oh, never mind. The potion. I thought it recovered 10 HP for some reason. Okay, easy money. Bye. Have a great time.
Bye. Have a great time.
What do you mean, bruh? What? I have 2 attacks. What else do you want me to do? What? I know my basics. I was just talking about freaking EV training. I was talking about like natures and different Pokemon type. I know my shit. What are you talking about? I've been playing Pokemon since I was like fucking 8. Okay. Oh yeah. All right. Cool. Yeah. No. I'll show you. I could catch a Starly, but I don't think I'm gonna be using Starly. I am gonna be a little bit gender biased here. If I come across a Pokemon who has a high attacking stat, or most of the moves are attacking moves, I want a male Pokemon, because female typically their attacking stats will be decreased. Hey, I said, well, I don't mean to be patriarchal, I don't mean to have a patriarchal bias, but if I'm going to catch a Starly, I want it to be male. 4 out of my 6 Pokemon that are going to be in my party come the Elite Four will be the following: Infernape, Luxray, Gliscor, and oh yeah, Garchomp. No, I'm not gonna use the XP share. Oh, it's always on. Okay, so I guess I have no choice. I wanted to challenge myself. At least with the other gens, you have the choice of not using it. Wait, you get an EXP just by catching a Pokemon? Damn, they really dumbed this game down. Okay, 3 clowns. You got Ken Griffin from Citadel Securities, Andrew Leff from Citron Research, and the owner of Melvin Capital. I forget his name.
AMC to the moon.
I want to see what happens if I say no. Okay. Well, with this old rod, I can catch a Magikarp, but I don't think I'm gonna be using Gyarados anyway. It don't affect shakes. It doesn't, really? Stun Spore doesn't affect electric types? That also means Sleep Powder doesn't affect... Or Spore. One of the most annoying moves in Pokemon history is Spore. Freaking 100% accuracy. You know, Poison Point might actually come into effect if I decide to use Roserade. That's actually a pretty decent ability. The best grass-type Pokemon in Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl are Breloom, Roserade, Rotom-Mow, and Tangrowth. Breloom was one of the Pokemon I used with Swampert as my starter, or Mudkip as my starter. When I used Torchic, excuse me, then I would use Ludicolo as my grass/water type. Increase special attack. Hey, I like this one. Okay, no, I'm using this Badoo. The only physical attacks Roserade could learn are Bullet Seed, which is useless, Facade, which I don't think it's going to be a part of my moveset, Giga Impact, don't think it'll be a part of my moveset, and Poison Jab. You know, I think Badoo/Roserade might actually benefit from this ability. Or not ability, this nature, rather. So this is just a bit of a voiceover as I want to explain what my team will look like in the future. So my plan for the Elite Four, unless I can get a couple of Pokemon in the Grand Underground later in the game before the Elite Four, subject to change. This is going to be Infernape, Staraptor, Luxray, Roserade, Bronzong, and Garchomp. But ideally, I would like to replace Staraptor with Togekiss, because we all know how overpowered Togekiss is with Serene Grace as the ability. And I want to get Ludicolo actually as my grass type/water type to replace Roserade for the grass type and to fill in the void for the missing water type, because if you don't get Piplup as your starter, you're kind of at a loss for a water type. You can get Vaporeon, you could get Manaphy with the Manaphy egg, but I kind of wanted to try out Togekiss as well as Ludicolo, having it being a Gen 3 favorite of mine. I did consider using Gliscor, as Gliscor only has 2 weaknesses, but then again, I am going to be using Garchomp, so he is a better ground type than Gliscor. And another Gen 3 favorite that I'm going to be looking to get in the future will be Gardevoir to replace Bronzong. I mean, Bronzong can be useful in his own right. He's going to be, you know, a defense and special defense wall. If you get Levitate, he'll be completely immune to ground. And if you get Trick Room, you know, he'll be faster than the other Pokemon for 5 turns. But I still feel like Gardevoir is just a tad bit better on paper. And if you can buff Gardevoir's defense a little bit with EVs, then I think Gardevoir will be good. You know, just up the speed a little bit as well so that you can attack first on, you know, 90 to 95% of exchanges. And we'll see how it goes in the future. Thank you guys so much for watching part 1 of the series. Part 2 will be uploaded in just a few days. Stay awesome, everybody. See you guys on the flip side.